Nerd.
Welcome to Views from the 22 presented by the Scene. Hey man, we just here Monday night, Sunday night. We know how we combine these days. Germ So Truth. We got, and I said Germ So Truth for a reason. And we got Vic Jr. We are here tonight, this evening, to discuss the matter at hand for every Monday night, and that's football. That's just where we at. Vic, go ahead, holler at the people while I share this wonderful link.
Yes, sir. We had an excellent Sunday of football. I think it was pretty entertaining. Jerm, I think it was pretty good. Some playoff things happening. Some teams were eliminated. Some teams continued on their path to dance in January. Um, and tonight we got a little game today with one of the what is supposed to be considered one of the elite teams in the league versus one of the teams that are going to be picking in the top five next draft. The Steelers have been questionable. Some of their some of the games this past couple weeks, but we'll talk about that. Other than that, I mean, again, it's just been great, man. It's been fun. Sorry, excuse me.
Absolutely,
Just got
absolutely.
the
It's okay.
just got the notification now. See what's popping.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, with those things being said, and with everything going into it, it is time for Midnight Views, the freestyle edition. So,
Mm-mm,
all right.
mm-mm,
So, so what we
mm-mm.
got is we're gonna start off with 49ers versus the Cowboys. 49ers were not able to pull off the victory against the Cowboys in this particular game. Basically, man, 60 minutes of football. Nick Mullins also went down. Recap for it, make it real simple. Dallas, why not just tank? To tank or not to tank? That is the question. Bears versus the Vikings. Hey, look, 60-minute football teams should be in the playoffs. Neither one of these teams are 60-minute football teams, so no playoffs for you. Buccaneers versus the Falcons. Look, 60-minute football teams don't deserve to be in the playoffs. But this Tampa Bay team, 30 minutes is better than some teams 60 minutes. And that's just what we at right now.
Unfortunately,
Jags versus the Ravens. This is like Junior Walker versus the All-Stars. David Ruffin versus the what was their names? It was bad. It was bad from the jump. I knew it was bad when Lamar threw a interception in the red zone for them to get the ball back and then get a safety. That was crazy. I've never seen it was just bad. So Jags, you now are in sole possession of the first overall selection. Lions versus the Titans. Listen, the Lions, they had tigers and bears. Oh my. Derrick Henry was the bear and the tiger because it was bad. Titans destroyed these folks 45-26. Patriots and Dolphins. Dolphins, this was football maturity. Way to not lose to this team that you've been losing to for so many years. Seahawks versus the Washington football team. Listen, man, it's real simple. Russ, we got to play better. Washington, that's crazy. You got to play better too. But you know what? We got the Seahawks pulling this one off. We got the Colts and the Texans. We expect the Texans to lose to better football teams as they did. Shouts out to the Colts. They got to take care of business every week from here on out to make the playoffs. Cardinals, Eagles. That was probably the game of the week. Jalen Hurts, young Jalen Hurts. Hey, man, great game moving forward. Kyler Murray was just a little bit better when it mattered, and he had DeAndre Hopkins, and you didn't. Jets versus the Rams. Rams, that's what y'all had. That's what y'all had this week. Really? Y'all gave the Jets a victory? Chiefs versus the Saints. Drew Brees was looking like Cap Rooney in the first half. That's all I got for y'all. Browns versus the Giants. Baker was a touchdown maker. Who knows? Who knew it? That's simply put, midnight views. And we're out of there. Vic, 3 things that you learned from this week.
Now I got 5 little things that I took from your notes there.
Oh, go ahead. Take your time. Take your time, my guy.
First, yeah, it's just a little scrap notes, little scratches. 49ers Cowboys, one of those games where, you said Cowboys should be tanking. I mean, it's just one of those long historical, rivalries. Cowboys felt like they can just bury the 49ers, and they were actually able to eliminate them from playoff contention. So if there's something that the Cowboys can take positive from this season, is that they were able to eliminate a possible playoff team. But no big deal there, Germ. The Bucks, like you said, 30-minute football team. As you can see, talent, good quarterbacking, can overcome some things, but they got to get it together. They got to get it together for the last couple of rounds of the playoffs. Ravens game, what I took from there, Dez got himself a touchdown. That was nice to see, as a Dez fan. Seahawks and Redskins. Listen, we didn't expect the Redskins to be up here. We expected the Seahawks to be up here. The Redskins kind of played what our expectations of them.
The football team.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's okay. Team, the football team. It's all right, man.
The football team. They played a little bit lower than they have been the last couple of weeks. So the Seahawks got to be better. The Seahawks got to be better, and it is what it is. There, we'll see what happens with their future. And then what is that? Oh, the Jets. Well, apparently they played themselves out of the first overall pick. According to the people, there's still a chance that they get that first overall pick. Again, it's just one of these situations where people are just taking things overboard. But we'll see. I mean, we were just watching Trevor Lawrence. Germ and I are already getting started with the college prospects, and we'll see what we get out of him. But Jacksonville might be the best place for him. But we'll see what happens.
Well, that's what you got for this week. My 3 things that I learned this week. I learned that the best teams don't always show that they're the best teams. I learned that Drew Brees, literally, this has to be his last year, because the way he played in that first half, especially that first quarter, was atrocious. And my 3rd thing that I learned this week, overall, I really learned that the talent gap is really not that high between the Chiefs and everybody else. And I'm not saying it as in the Chiefs play bad. I'm just saying, like, they can be beat. They're not invincible. They have their things that they can do very, very well on offense, but that defense can be touched. So, with that being said, we're going to go into a little trivia. But first and foremost, shouts out to everybody in the comments. Category 5, my guy KG, Tyrell Love, Big Shot, April. Shouts out to all of y'all in the comments. Make sure that if y'all got any good questions for us, y'all are allowed to hit us up with any questions that y'all have.
The support has been great, people. We appreciate it for sure.
Absolutely. We surely do. So let's just go into it. Some nice little trivial questions and things of that nature.
Is there a surprise for me? You got some surprises?
Oh, I got a good one for you. I got a real good one for you. And this is actually an interesting question that I've been pondering all week.
Mm-hmm.
So the NFC playoff picture currently, Vic, we have the Packers, the Saints, the Seahawks, Washington, the Rams, the Buccaneers, and the Cardinals. The Bears are 7-7. So in order for the Bears to make the playoffs, they would pretty much need for one of these teams to lose, and they would have to win out. Namely the Bucks. The Bucks, if they don't take care of business to Saturday, and they end up 9-7, and the Bears end up 9-7, Guess what happens? You go bye-bye.
Saturday.
Yeah, they need to take care of business Saturday.
So they play Saturday. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, NFC. If you are Seattle, would you rather play Tampa Bay, the Washington football team, or the Cardinals?
Seattle. If I was Seattle, you said the Washington football team, the Cardinals, and what was the other team?
The Buccaneers.
The Bucks. Ooh. I don't think the Redskins. I think the Redskins play a better game the next time they get a shot at the Seahawks.
So
the Cardinals.
Let me give you the reason why I'm asking this question. Mm-hmm. Because right now, as it looks, if Seattle goes in as a division winner, they'll be the 3 seed. As the 3 seed, they would have to play first round.
Through 3 and 5. Wait, what is so? Okay, so now there's 7
3
teams.
And 6. Yeah, so it'll be 3. So it'll be 2, 7, 3, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, so the second place team doesn't get a first round bye.
No, there is no more. There's no more buys for the second. So now you need to finish 1 in order for you to get the bye. So, would you rather play? Would you rather play the Buccaneers at home? Would you rather travel to Washington? Or would you rather get a for lack of better terms, a home game versus the Cardinals?
I guess listen, I think they could beat. I think they could beat the Bucks at home. If the Bucks have to go to Seattle, I think they could win that game. So I'm gonna take the Bucks because I think that the Redskins play a better game the next time they see the Seahawks, and the Cardinals give them a lot of issues. Okay. So do they play the Cardinals again to close the season, or they already did the two games?
Cardinals. The Cardinals are the team that they don't have to play again. They have to play the Rams this week. So the Seahawks finished the season with the Rams and somebody else. I think they play the Rams this week though. Okay. If not, they played them last week.
So you got the one game in Arizona where they picked off Russ 3 times.
Yep, and then the next game where Russ and them took the game at the end when Kyler separated his shoulder.
Okay. So the Seahawks wasn't really able to close those games in a sort of dominating factor or situation, right? So the Cardinals will give them issues. I think the Redskins, if they get another shot, will give them issues. So they got their best chance might be to play the Bucks in that first round.
That's tough. KG agrees with you. April said the Cards. Tyrell Love, I'm gonna answer both of your questions real quick, or your question real quick. Both of them. Could the Cardinals legitimately win a playoff game? Yes, they can. Here's the thing. They have an offense explosive enough to score from anywhere on the field, and that's a key. That's really, really key. But also with the way me and Vic really talked about Hassan Reddick extensively for a while when we scouted him as a player. And I said, I think that they need to make sure they keep him on the outside. They tried to move him to inside, they move him to outside, and now look at the production that they're getting.
Yeah.
It's actually very simple what he's good at. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Cardinals have the second best pass rush out of the bunch with that group. But I also think, just to be honest, I just think that they're so familiar with each other that division games are always a toss-up.
Anybody could take that game.
And April said, and then so let me answer this other question, and then I'm gonna get into the other comment. And then he said, "Is Kyler Murray ready?" Kyler Murray is about as ready as he's gonna be at this stage. Tyrell, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, so I don't know, man. That's real interesting.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all 3 games will be tough. Like against the Bucks, it would be tough too. Like the Bucks can go in there. Yeah, they could throw all over the field on them. You know what I mean? But again, like those pass rushes. Those teams that are incredible at pass rushing right now, which are the Cardinals and the Washington football team, can give that offensive line some issues. So I think it would be a back and forth with the Bucks. You know, of course the Bucks can go in there and win. We know that. It's just who would be the easier matchup. And lab wise, to me, will be the Bucks for the. Either way, it doesn't look good for them first round. You know, for my guy Russ and them. So,
well,
shit.
some of our folks, they think that for example, Tyrell said I would take my chances with Tampa send Brady into retirement. I don't think Brady will be sent to retirement. That's the thing.
He just want to be disrespectful.
I just think
that's all he wants to do.
No, it's okay. And then Brady and April came back and said Brady in the playoffs over everybody. I mean, that's fair. And then KG, I agree. The front sale for Washington for that football team is hell. So I don't really know. It's not very much that you can do. But
think about it, Jerm. They played without Alex, Antonio Gibson, and they was missing somebody else offensively. You know what I mean?
Antonio Gibson will make a difference if McKissick gave him problems
against that defense. Yeah. Against that defense, shit. Come on.
So that's what I think. I think this is going to be setting up to be a real interesting playoffs. But I think the Bucks are the most explosive team in the NFC.
Nope.
The Chiefs are the most explosive team in the AFC, and the Bucks are the most explosive team in the NFC.
The Chiefs are the most explosive team in the whole league. First.
Well, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. So then you go for the sides, obviously, and then you look at it as it is. The Bucks are still the most explosive team in the NFC.
Yeah.
I mean, they could put up 40 points in a game in 3 halves of football, like 3 quarters of football. Like, it's crazy. But I'm going to go to my next question. Which of these teams would the Buffalo Bills have the most trouble with? The Indianapolis Colts, the Cleveland Browns, or the Miami Dolphins? I want y'all to answer in the comments too.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills. We got Cleveland Browns, Indianapolis Colts, or Miami Dolphins. Which one of those teams is the worst matchup for this team?
That'll be a fun matchup for me and you because we went at it about who's gonna go first in our quarterback rankings that season.
Would.
For Josh, I mean, we were fans equally.
Yeah.
Of both, but Josh Allen and Baker matchup would be nice. I mean, both teams kind of provide the same thing, bro. Like, you know, good running games.
The difference is Stephon Diggs. I think the difference is Stephon Diggs is better than Jarvis Landry. I think Josh Allen is a little bit better than Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, right.
And I think the secondary for the Bills plays a little bit better than the Browns secondary.
The Browns defense, yeah. I mean,
that's you see what I'm saying. That's the toughest part. It's just they're a little bit better in everything, but the intrigue of the matchup is fun.
Yeah.
So April picked the Colts, Tyrell picked the Fins, and KG picked Miami. I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna pick, and then I'll let you pick. I actually think that Miami is the tougher team, but for 2 reasons. Their division game, and because that secondary is playing lights out. So that means the Bills will have to run the ball at some point.
That is fair.
Now, as far as the Colts go, I think running the football is not something that they want to do, but playing a zone against Josh Allen, I don't think is where you want to be right now, especially with the way him and Stephon Diggs is playing together right now. Bro, Steph is finding every hole he can find in the defense right now.
I mean, he's I don't want to put him in that category of quarterback friendly wherever he goes as a receiver. Because, you know, there is a select few, as we like to discuss amongst ourselves. That's not something we want to put out in public. You know, it's not easy to convince the folks about these quarterback friendly receivers. But Stephon Diggs is one of those guys, bro. As much as a clown he seems to be, the dude looks like he's in the lab a lot. And for him to come in and have that connection with Josh Allen, a guy that had a lot of questions.
In a COVID year.
Yeah, in a COVID year is unbelievable. I mean, better than what Murray and Hopkins are doing right now. You can say, right? So, um, that is tough. The Colts. It would be the Colts and the Dolphins, between the Colts and the Dolphins. I think that the Colts offensive line, as healthy as they have been, as great as they have been, can give that Bills defense some issues with that running game. Then the question remains, the question will be like, what is Philip going to be able to do against that secondary, who is very fast and opportunistic, and the
They do a
Flowers
really
and,
good job.
the duck hunt games that he likes to play out there sometimes can the Bills can take advantage of that. So, ooh, Miami. I'll go with Miami, man. Slightly above the Colts. Slightly above the Colts. Again, it's the Tua factor is going to be interesting too.
Absolutely.
The Tua factor is going to be interesting too, man.
Hey, we was down 3 corners. He was down 3 corners, and Good was cooking Chris. Hey, look, KG, he was finding every soft spot on the field. Every soft spot on the field, it was incredible. I was very, 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 very impressed with him this week when it came down to it. So with those
experience wise, that's fair. I mean, the Colts probably have the most experience out of all the teams. It's a tough game. There's some tough games, man. Listen, this is 2 weeks in a row you put out these questions, and it's making these
hard.
playoffs. It's making it more exciting.
Fun because it's actually gonna be with these teams that we have. Like, as much as we want to talk about the Chiefs and the Steelers, obviously, the Bills could could compete with Kansas City. Whether we want to say it or not, they can compete with Kansas City. You know what I mean? The Steelers. I think the Steelers have, at least, I mean, I know it's no Bud Dupree, but I think they still have the pieces to make it interesting, especially with Minka and especially with TJ.
What is the order in terms of the conference right now?
So we got the Chiefs number 1 at 13-1. We got the Steelers number 2 at 11-2. We got the Bills number 3 at 11-3, and they own the tiebreaker between the Steelers and the Bills because the Bills won the head-to-head last week. The Titans are number 4 at 10-4. The Browns are 10-4. The Colts are 10-4, and the Dolphins are 9-5.
Yeah, so there's a possibility of Baker and Josh Allen for the championship to go to the Super Bowl. Oh, I have so much fun.
Hey, look. Here's what.
So many people was talking shit about my boys.
Hey, look.
And they gonna be come on, Jer.
So
all that Baker
the Dolphins have 2 things to take care of, and then we're gonna get ready to dive into the game here in a second, ladies and gentlemen. But here's some news for you guys, so you guys can know what's going on. The Dolphins, if they win out, they're in. The Colts win out, they're in. The Browns win out, they're in. In my opinion, moving forward, the next week matchup for these teams, for the bottom 3 teams in the AFC, the Browns play the Jets. You better. The Colts, they play the Packers. And then the Dolphins have the Raiders. So had the Raiders won, the Raiders would be in a better spot, but the Raiders didn't take care of business. So here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at.
It's not gonna happen.
We'll see. I mean, defense matters in January, and the defense of the Buffalo Bills does an exceptional job of making teams uncomfortable. That's just what they do well. So, I just want you to know, the Browns also own the tiebreaker over the Colts and the Titans. So if either one of those teams end up losing, the Titans own the tiebreaker over the Ravens because they beat them in a head-to-head. So that's the one team there that you'll be in a good spot with. But if the Colts win the division and the Titans do it, that's the only way Baltimore doesn't get in, if there's any losses.
Listen, with all due respect to our Baltimore Ravens contingency, bro, like, I love y'all. I love you, Dion. I love Dennis. Dennis know he my guy. I could do without. I really could do without. I could do without, dog. I'm telling you, I could do without.
Well, that's an important thing that you said that, because in this particular playoff bracket, I don't see a team that I think the Ravens will be favored over, but Cleveland.
Right. Right.
And that's because obviously Cleveland just can't beat them, but it just is what it is. All right, and then in the NFC. So let's scroll to the NFC. Your orders is Packers, Saints, Seahawks, Washington, Rams, Bucks, and Cardinals. So this week for the Cardinals, let me see. Bucks are playing the Lions. The Rams, I believe, are playing the Seahawks this week. And I think the Cardinals finish off the season with the 49ers, if I'm not mistaken.
The Rams could go over there and win that game. Just because they lost to the Jets.
49ers play the Cardinals this week. So the Cardinals need to take care of business this week. But for sure, we do have the Rams and Seahawks in the prime time slot at 4:25 next week.
Hey, and shout out
we got the Bills and the Patriots on Monday Night Football. So if the Bills take care of business next week, I don't know if they play anybody in week 17, because in week 17, guess who the Bills play? The Dolphins.
They're going to want to play that game, bro. If they have a chance to eliminate the Dolphins.
This is what makes this so interesting, right? This is what makes this so interesting for me. Why would I go and eliminate the team that I'm not going to have to play?
Yeah, but not at some point during the playoff run.
If you put it like this, they've already beaten them once. So it's not like you need to go in there and prove anything. You can literally let them go in and let them play the Steelers. You can literally say, sick them, little brother, sick them.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
Because
get the Steelers the fuck out of
here. Yeah, might as well. If you think about it that way, it's like, yo, that does make sense. So it just depends on who's playing what at that stage. Who else is trying to get into the playoffs? The Browns and the Steelers. Do the Steelers even come out and play if they win tonight, the next 2 weeks? Yeah. Do they just get healthy and just go from there? I want to see what happens. You know what I mean? That's going to be interesting to me, because I think overall, the Steelers, it doesn't matter if you're 2 or 3. Does it matter if you're 2 or 3? You're in the same spot. Right. You're trying to avoid Kansas City until you get to where?
Right. The last game.
Yeah, so there you go. They already beat the Titans, so the Titans don't have the tiebreaker. And then we got Rams and Cardinals is the last game of the season for them.
Yeah, shout out to Trav, who said this. Like, the Rams play to competition. So they showed that against the Jets, but they could easily take care of business against Seattle. Seattle could go limping into the playoffs, man.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, Seattle's last game is the 49ers. And remember how we know how those division games go? So the last 2 weeks of the season, Seattle has to go and play not only the Rams, but they have to play the 49ers as well. So Seattle needs to take care of business as well. The division winner as of right now is looking like it's going to be Seattle, but that's because the Rams, that's what they did that yesterday. But I'm looking forward to this playoff as we have it now. If we keep the teams that we have in the playoff now, we will have the most intriguing playoff season in the history of the National Football League.
Give me the Browns and the Bills. Browns and Bills. Browns and Bills. Browns and Bills.
All right, see, we gotta relax.
At least to make it in.
Let's have a little bit of fun now with this game that we have here. Thanks for y'all answering the questions. Any other questions or concerns, y'all let us know. We'll be on till about 8:10. Right now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get to the game at hand for this evening. We got the big ketchup bottle traveling to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Over under is 40.5. They're giving the Steelers 14 points.
Yeah.
Injuries, major injuries that are on the horizon here. It looks like the backup quarterback is out. Allen, the backup quarterback, is out. Wilson, the linebacker starter, is out, and we have Dotson out with James Conner questionable. Look, man, I'm just gonna set the table like this. Steelers, this is a you better special. You better go ahead, win this game, and that way you can sit out the rest of the year. Doesn't matter if you're 2, it doesn't matter if you're 3. You just want to be in a situation where you're healthy going into the playoffs. You don't have to worry about beat Cleveland jumping you because you've beaten both Cleveland and Baltimore, both Cleveland and Baltimore this year. So Cleveland, if Cleveland beats you, they go to 500 in the division, and you go to 5-1. You're 5-0 in your division if you win today. Cleveland can't jump you, so don't worry about it. Man, look, Ben Roethlisberger, these receivers, they got to cut these drops out. It just is what it is.
Deontay Johnson is somebody that I am very hyped up about in terms of his career. Has all of a sudden found some stone hands the last month, Jerm. So he's going to have to use this game to get that right, get the confidence back up, because he was looking a little sad on the bench last week. So yeah, get them hands right, kid. They're gonna need you in the playoffs. This Steelers run game has been they've become a one-dimensional team right now. The defense, little by little, as they've gotten some injuries, have kind of given up some points, given up some yardage. They still have the outstanding pass rush. That's because they have Baby Watt there. I mean, doing whatever the heck he wants. And then the backup for Dupree, his name is escaping me right now.
Alex
Hightower. Highsmith. Yeah, I mean, the Steelers are limping into the playoffs as well right now. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, this game, they should be able to hold the Bengals to 3 points, if that. So I mean, in terms of that 14 point that Vegas gave them, I mean, bet on it. I think that they will be able to cover that. But other than that, I mean, the Steelers need to get some things right, man. They need to get that running game right, and those receivers need to stop dropping passes, specifically Deontay Johnson, who, other than that, is an excellent player.
For Bengals, it's just that simple. Just lose. I mean, you need as many players as you can get right now on the offensive line. Hopefully you can get the tackle from Oregon or somebody. Don't worry. We will be mocking you, whoever it is that you really desperately need. Don't worry. We'll find you a player.
Where's Storms at, man? Storms, you still around, bro? We're gonna get you a player for this draft, man, to protect Joey.
Yeah, shouts out to Joe, who is ahead of schedule in his rehab process. But moving forward, Vic, who you got tonight?
Oh man, Steelers. Steelers by 17, probably.
Give me the Steelers as well. Like I said, the over and under is 14. It's actually 14.5. So I mean,
what's the half mean? See, like, it's just one of those.
That means more than one of the reason why I said the half is it's saying that the Steelers will score will beat them by more than 14 points. That's pretty much what it means. So that means if they win by 15, that covers. Okay. But it's no way to get a half point in football. So
right.
See, if they win by 14, you lose. If they win by 14.5, which is 15 or more, you win. So yeah. That being said, last 5 minutes of the show here, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm picking the Steelers as well. I don't even think there's really much that needs to be said about this game because it just is what it is. I mean, it is what it is, man. We don't got to go any further with that. So we got the last 5 minutes. Yes, stay healthy for this game. This is the You Better special. April picks the Steelers by 7. Any other questions for the people? But go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, no, throw in the questions there for the last couple minutes. But yeah, shout out to Mo, man. Hopefully we get him back off the IR by either Thursday or Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever the heck schedule they got for this weekend.
I mean, we may get him. We may get him for Chef may come off the IR on Saturday. We'll see. We'll see, but he'll definitely be back for views and dues on Sunday. So y'all be looking out for that. For Christmas, we will be going live, talking to you guys briefly on Christmas Day. Coming to you, talking about the Vikings and the Saints game, and we may do a preview on Saturday too. May just do them separate because we got a triple header for Saturday. But with that being said, that's what the schedule is looking like this week. Basketball is back upon us as well as football season starts to fade to the back. We just got to get this. We got to hit this. Got to hit this playoff season, man. This playoff season is what it's all about. I'm excited, man. Excited, man. So, Vic, any closing thoughts?
That's about it, bro. I mean, everybody stay healthy. It'd be great to see a nice, healthy run in the playoffs by most of these teams. Just get healthy, man. Stay out of this COVID problems too. Oh, elderberry. Elderberry is very good for the immune system, folks. Take some of that. Fight this any possibility of COVID and the flu in your system.
All right, so now we got that. Hey, and also April. Shouts out to April. April will be back, ladies and gentlemen, on the Saturday show. She'll be on the Saturday show this week, talking about her Raiders versus the Dolphins, which will be in the prime time. Raiders can put the Dolphins where they are. Will they do it?
Are they officially out?
Yeah, the Raiders are done. Yeah, they're done.
Really? Oh, damn.
Like literally what they would have to have happen.
Group hug April.
Yeah.
I'll hug you, April. Mm-hmm. Long distance hug. We love you, April. Damn, bro. I wanted to see that squad up there too, man.
No, you weren't gonna be able to see him.
What you mean?
You know why? Because the Raiders is one of those teams. The Raiders and the Browns are one and the same to me. They're both dead to me.
You said Raiders and who?
The Browns. They're in the same thing to me. They're dead to me.
Oh, you're putting the Browns in that category.
Yeah, because I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
Just,
They did just score 21 points. 20 points against the Giants yesterday, which, that's fine. I guess they just tried to make it out without any type of injuries or anything like that.
I mean, bro, the Giants defense is a good defense, dog. We talked about this. And Baker did what he had to do.
My issues is not with Baker this time.
Okay.
My issues is not with Baker this time.
It's the defense.
That defense is atrocious, man. The Giants the Giants didn't have opportunities to score. That's what the key is. If you can't stop nobody, you don't deserve to be in damn February unless you got an offense that look like the Bucks and the Chiefs.
Hey, look forward to the Raiders making the playoffs next season. I'm going to say the predictions right now. Raiders, 2021 playoffs, 2022 playoffs. You know what I'm saying? David Carr leading them. You know what I mean? I know April don't want Mr.
Derek?
Gruden.
His name is Derek. They all, I understand. They all look alike. So that being said, this is Views from the 22. Live on the scene. We got Vic Jr., Germ So True. We got the Monday night preview out the way. Stay tuned for the Friday night show. Also, 94 Feet of Life will be back at you Wednesday. Stoppage Time FC has a show coming up as well, if I'm not mistaken. But with that being said, man, the.scene on Instagram, scene_the on Twitter. Make sure you guys check it out. Again, YouTube channel. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, 2-2. Enjoy the game. We'll see y'all next time.